Well, good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day here at Hummingbird Ranch, and we're going to give you a little tour of the place today just to kind of see what the setup is that we've got out here. And we just moved here in July, I guess it was July. It was a scorcher this summer. That's about the time July when we got settled in. But so we don't have a house up yet. We're building a house. I'm going to show you that too. But this is our setup. This is kind of the back fence behind me here, but this is the cabin that was here when we bought the place 3-4 years ago. I guess it's been 4 years now. It's crazy. But that's the cabin right there. It's probably all of, I don't know, 600 square feet, maybe something like that. I think it's like, 16 by 36 or something like that. So anyway, it's just a little 2-1. There's literally no closets in that thing. We don't have a laundry room. We don't have anything like that. So matter of fact, our dresser is in the living room, quote unquote. And we were forced to downsize from our king bed, which I miss so much. And I will have it back one day. We got a queen. That's all we could really squeeze in the room. It's a very small room, but luckily we get along and we haven't killed each other yet. So I like it just fine, really, because it's very little to clean, very little to maintain, and it's a great little setup. We got our little deer feeder out in the front yard right here. The deer come in every morning, every evening when it goes off, and they don't seem to mind us too much. And we got one doe, we call her Apple. She runs around with 2 little babies that we call Peanut and Carrot. And those 3 are always together. There used to be a 4th one that ran with them. We called her Marshmallow. And we named them after all the things that they like to eat. But we haven't seen Marshmallow. She got gone a couple of weeks into deer season. So I think she probably got harvested, because we're in a pretty rural area. Large ranches out here, small ranchettes, kind of like ours. So everybody hunts. Hell, I hunt too. But anyway, the cabin, we don't have much in there as far as, like I say, closets, laundry facilities, stuff like that. So that's why we built the shop. It's 40 by 52 on the enclosure. So it's a little over 2,000 square feet. And I built a 12-foot lean-to off the side for the RV. We got our 5th wheel over there. I'll take you over there and show you that. Pretty good amount of parking. I wish I had gone a little further out on the porch where we got the truck and the Jeep parked. It's 28 feet, so the overall footprint of the concrete is 40 by 80. Yeah, so I wish I'd come a little further out on that. And then the 5th wheel, let's go a little further over here. You can see it. Sorry, bear with me here. That 5th wheel, it's a Saber Cobalt, 36.5 feet, something like that. But that dude barely, and I mean barely, fits underneath there. I have to get it in there a very certain way, because that front AC unit over the bedroom, it's literally up, in between the purlins, almost touching the roof. So I messed up there. I should have gotten 16-foot walls instead of 14-foot walls. I thought with that pitch on the lean-to that I'd be fine, but anyway, hindsight, it works. It's just not comfortable. It is what it is. And this is our Big Tex trailer to sometimes haul the tractor to our other ranch. We have a bigger ranch in Stevens County, kind of triangulated between, was that Breckenridge, Ranger, and Eastland. I call it Eastland a lot of times, just because that's where we go, because they have a Walmart. And if we go to town, that's the easiest place to go. I'm gonna take you down here and show you. Oh, there's a deer. Who is that? Apple. Come here, baby. That's my deer voice. It changes when I talk to the animals. Dude laying down over there. That's not Apple though. Apple would follow me around and beg me for food. She loves H-E-B French bread. It's $1 for a whole loaf. It's already sliced. We get the sliced ones because they're easy to throw like little Frisbees. She loves that. I try not to give her too much. I know there's a lot of people who say, oh, that's bad for them. You shouldn't feed them like that. Well, we're doing it. They're not dead yet. So, all right, so this is our caliche pit that we were able to get when we built the shop. We were able to mine our own, or I guess excavate our own caliche for the base, for the pad, the concrete and whatnot. And we own, that's the neighbor's driveway over there. I don't know if you can see it, but we own right up to that, really. It goes over there. It's kind of a triangular place. As far as the shape of the ranch, it's 20 acres total, so it's not real big. To call it a ranch is a little bit of a feat because we don't raise any animals. So we do have an agricultural exemption, but the way that comes about is because we have like free grazing or open grazing. I don't know why I walked under that. I could have walked around it. So all the neighbors, they raise Angora goats and they get their wool, or I guess you call it wool or hair, I guess. They shear them twice a year, I think is what they told me. And then they take it off to some buyer somewhere out west or south, or both, southwest. And they buy that there. They have 4 horses, 4 beautiful, beautiful white horses. It's really cool to see them together. They have cows, several cows, probably 10 or 12 of them. And what else? They have something else. That may be it. Yeah, that's about all I've seen. And of course, we got the usual suspects out here. We got lots of white-tailed deer. There's usually 20 or 30 every evening or every morning over there at the feeder, especially as it gets drier out here because there's nothing for them to graze on. And unfortunately, there's a lot of competition, you know, for the grazing because of the farm animals. So it is what it is, but we supplement them with corn because we can and we like it. What else? We have gray fox out here. We call him Fox News. We name everything. I don't know why. It's so easy to do. That's about it on the critters, really. Lots of birds. Oh, hummingbirds. When they come back in the spring, I can't wait. We set out, I think we got 5 or 6 hummingbird feeders, and they come in droves, especially evening before they go to roost, because there'll be some local hummingbirds and then some that roost further out. But they come in and Jesus, you'll see 40, 50 of those things fighting over the feeders. They're feisty, very, very feisty. But this, now that you can see a little bit, I'll get over here in the corner. Hopefully you can see all this. This is the house, or it will be a house. Right now it's just a bunch of forms and rebar and whatnot. They should be pouring, I'm hoping next week. I was hoping this week, but they still got to put in some electrical conduit for the floor plugs, and they got to put in chairs for the rebar. Let them do that, but it's coming along pretty good. You know, we did a hydrostatic test on the plumbing, all that passed. It was good. So yeah, we're just about ready to pour. That's the garage right there. Is 25 by 25, and then we're gonna have the porches. We'll have porch front and back. They'll be 10 feet in depth and 50 or 52 feet long. So great porches on both sides, and it faces south, the front porch does. It's actually tilted just a little bit, but it's pretty much south. And the breeze is up here because we're up on a hill, and they're phenomenal, like all year. I mean, there could be like no breeze and there's still a breeze, if that makes sense. And then of course you can always go out to the north side too if you want, but I think all in all we're probably going to use the south side porch quite a bit more. But you can kind of tell where the house sits in relation to the cabin and the shop. And this is actually right where the cabin used to sit. I paid a guy, they were out of the Waco area or whatever, they make horse stables and things like that, and I think they prefab them, then they deliver them, drop them off. But they had the equipment to be able, it was kind of the max size, but they took that cabin and put a bunch of I-beams under it and used, you know, some type of little tractor, creepy crawly device to drag it back there. Had everything set underneath it already. They set it down, leveled it, and hooked all the plumbing and electrical back up and throw some underpinning on it. And then we had the ramp built and the stairs put on that side because we resituated it. But it was quite a feat to do that, but they did a good job. I was real happy with that. And this is our road, our Dolomite caliche road. It's got a caliche base with Dolomite rock on top of it, which is really, really nice stuff. It packs real good. It's, they call it, I forget what they call it, something base, but it's not dusty. So like if you had normal, you know, recycled concrete or limestone, you know, anything like that gets really, really dusty, that real white chalky rock, this doesn't do that, and it packs like super tight. So it's a killer road, and I'm hoping that it's going to be ultra low maintenance, but we'll see. It's still pretty new. So That's a little 20-foot storage container I bought just to keep some tools in there, you know, and the gas, propane, stuff like that. And so not much in there, but stuff I didn't want in the shop. That's the porta potty for the construction guys. Let's see if we can get a view over here from the hilltop. I'm just kind of showing you around. You can see our setup here. Introduce ourselves. We don't, unfortunately, we are up on a hill, but because of some of the trees, I mean, that's our view out there. And we'll be elevated on the porch a little bit, so we'll be able to see out there a little further, but not too much. That's my shade trees, my cedars, which cedar out here, that's why I probably sound a little stuffy this morning because of that. That wind has been really blowing things around, but I guess I can take you down the road here. You can see a little bit. That's most of the setup. I mean, that's the homestead, our little, you know, acre or so that we got designated for the house, and then the other 19, you know, we got ag exemption on. That ag exemption is important, kiddies. It saves you a lot in taxes, I'm sure, as you all well know. But there's the road right there. We do have a paved road, which is nice. Really, really nice. And actually, I didn't know, but all these properties actually extend. Well, there's a bunch of dove right there. Tasty little nuggets in the sky. But that road, it wasn't paved until like 2010. And I learned from a neighbor that what started getting it paved was his son was school age, and there was a bus that would not come down. They refused, I think it's Comfort Schools, but they refused to come down the road because it was so rough at the time. Well, he went and convinced somebody, I guess the commissioners at the county, to go, or the school board maybe, to go ahead and pave that thing. Well, they paved it all the way up, literally just to his driveway, and stopped. And it took them a while to get all that done. But then eventually, I guess because they had done that much, and I'm sure people down the line wanted their stuff paved too, the county came in and did the rest. It's mostly Kendall County that is responsible for the road, and they did a good job, because I don't think they've retouched it since then, and it's held up really well. So anyway, well, there's the road, the end of the driveway. All that belongs to the neighbors. That's all their old 18-wheeler trailers. Well, there's an 18-wheeler tractor over there too, that they used to haul all their animals in. I think that's what they did. They did transport for animals and whatnot, not just their own, but just as a service, and make a living that way too. But this is a beautiful place. We're happy. I do not miss the city at all. I mean, not one iota. We still go back every once in a while, because we got family and up there, and the kids are up there, the grandkids are up there, so we go visit them. And we sneak off to Choctaw or Windstar every now and then. Like going there. But this is just absolutely awesome. I never would have dreamed in a million years that we would have been able to do this. And luckily, all the cards fell in place, and we were able to do this and move out here. I got some projects in mind down the road. I don't know exactly what, but my wheels are always turning for little improvements. Like, I know she wants a garden, some raised bed stuff, obviously not here. You can't really plant much in the ground here because it's dirt and then rock everywhere. Limestone, a lot of, be like all this ankle busting stuff right here. Can't really dig in this at all, so you're gonna have to do some raised bed stuff. Sorry, I just came up the hill, ate breakfast this morning. I guess I shouldn't have gone for a walk that soon. So yeah, little garden, get some veggies and whatever else going that we think we want to do. And this thing, I'm gonna get another container and put it over here, and then get one of those shelves on top, that way I can get the tractor out from underneath there. You know, some additional parking, because I doubt I'll park in that garage. Throw some gravel down underneath it. Just things like that. But anyway, welcome to Hummingbird Ranch, and hope you enjoyed the tour. And we'll do some more. We'll go off in the woods and do things. I'm sure we'll take you in the shop sometime, show you our stuff there. And we're just gonna try to do a little bit of everything and keep everybody happy. But that's our place. Hope you like it, and we'll definitely show you more of it down the line. And see you on the next one.